Use of concave lenses. Medical equipments, scanner, CD player, these instruments use laser light. For proper working of these equipments, concave lenses are used. The peephole in the door. This is a small safety device which helps us see a larger area outside the door. This uses one or more concave lenses. Spectacles. Concave lenses are used in spectacles to correct nearsightedness. Torch. Concave lens is used to spread widely the light produced by a small bulb inside a torch. Camera, telescope and microscope. These instruments mainly use convex lenses. To get good quality images, a concave lens is used in front of this eyepiece or inside it. Uses of convex lens. A. Simple microscope. A convex lens with a small focal length produces a virtual, erect and bigger image of an object as shown in the figure. Such a lens is called simple microscope or magnifying lens. One can get 20 times larger image of an object using such a microscope. These are used for watch repair, testing precious gems and finding their defects. B. Compound microscope. Simple microscope is used to observe small sized objects, but minute objects like blood cells of plants, animals and minute living beings like bacteria cannot be magnified sufficiently by simple microscope. Compound microscopes are used to study these objects. A compound microscope is made up of two convex lenses, objective and eyepiece. The objective has smaller cross section and small focal length. The eyepiece has a bigger cross section and its focal length is also larger than that of the objective. Higher magnification can be obtained by the combined effect of the two lenses. As shown, the magnification occurs in two stages. The image formed by the first lens acts as an object for the second lens. The axes of both lenses are along the same line. The lenses are fitted inside a metallic tube in such a way that the distance between them can be changed. Persistence of vision. To know this concept, let us perform some activities. Activity 1. Let us take a burning incense stick. Now let us move it rapidly so that its burning end describes a circle. What do we observe? We observe a complete circle of red light. Now let us perform another activity. Activity 2. Let us draw a picture of an empty cage on one side of a piece of cardboard. Now let us draw a bird on other side of the cardboard. Let us make two small holes on either sides of the cardboard piece. Thread a string to the two holes. Let us now twist the ends of thread so that cardboard rotates rapidly. What do we observe? Yes, when the rotation are sufficiently fast, the parrot is seen in the cage. That is, we see a single picture of parrot in a cage. Do you know the reason behind the observations of these two activities? It is a persistence of vision. We see an object because the eye lens creates its image on the retina. The image is on the retina as long as the object is in front of us. The image disappears as soon as the object is taken away. However, this is not instantaneous and the image remains imprinted on our retina for 1/16th of the second after the object is removed. The sensation of the retina persists for a while. This is called persistence of vision. Due to the persistence of vision, there is an illusion of seeing the circles of light and a single picture of a parrot in the cage. Motion pictures and television work on the principle of persistence of vision. In the motion picture, photographs of the moving object are taken at interval of less than 1/10 of the second and projected on the screen at the same rate. Each picture is slightly different from the other. If this sequence of still pictures taken by a movie camera is projected on the screen at the same rate, then the successive images cannot be distinguished as a separate images and get blended into one another. Due to the persistence of the vision, we get impression of observing the objects in continuous motion. Perception of color. The retina in our eyes is made up of many light sensitive cells. These cells are shaped like a rod and like a cone. The rod-like cells responds to the intensity of light and gives information about the brightness or dimness of the object to the brain. The conical cells respond to the color and give information about the color of the object to the brain. The brain processes all the information received and we see the actual image of the object. Rod-like cells respond to the faint light also, but conical cells do not. Thus, we perceive colors only in bright light. The conical cells can respond differently for red, green and blue colors. When red color falls on the eye, the cell responding to the red light get excited more than those responding to the other colors and we get sensation of red color. Some people lack conical cells responding to the certain colors. These persons cannot recognize those colors or cannot distinguish between different colors. These persons are said to be color blind. Apart from not being able to distinguish between different colors, their eyesight is normal.